The Illuminati, the Luciferians, the Freemasons, conspiracy, or part of the army of Satan? Let's discuss in this new episode coming from the Rational Believer in the Army of Satan series. Somebody cue up my intro.
الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of the most merciful, most kind, and el nombre del más misericordioso y compasivo. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, the Rican Muslim. So today we'll talk about the Army of Satan, especially talking about the Illuminati. Oh boy, Freemasons. Yeah, we're diving into the rabbit hole. Let's go.
He's always trying to break you down, to make you sad, to let you in the darkness from the very beginning, when he declared his enmity to mankind. And throughout the history, he caused evil and destruction between every nation. And today, he became much powerful than any time else.
Of course, it's all done by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I wonder how much their influence had to do with, the events that's going on right now. How many of them are actually infiltrated in the Zionist movement. But it's one of those things that can we even know? And fun fact, King James Version of the Bible. You look it up, see who was involved, and the roots to, you've guessed it, Freemasons.
A new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
We begin to see the climax of a major change in society, the climax of a new world order.
And actually, this video is a little old, but we see echoes of that. I forget which speech when they talk about the new liberal world order. Look it up, man. It keeps popping up.
And we begin to see a type of integration between information technology and trade. We begin to see the economy, politics, culture, and ideology being transported simultaneously from nation to nation. And with this technology, with the ability to transport ideas, the very value systems of people, the way that they eat, what they enjoy to do, how they enjoy recreation, their racial concepts, their culture, their ideology being transported all around the world, a type of globalization. And with this boom in the information technology, And with this major event that takes place, now it comes to a culmination and it starts to reach a high point. And so the innocent people, we look at this and we say, what is going on? What is happening to the world that had so many different varying views, different nations, different ways of approaching things that can complement each other? Now we see politics is stripped of real power.
So I think you could even Google search or YouTube this. The media and what we see in the news is just repeating the same thing over and over again. It's like all of them have one script. And it's just widely known how they've used that in the media now. Like they can't deny it because of social media. People are starting to wake up and realize, hey, there's something going on. You may say there's no Illuminati or nothing like that, but there is something going on, something behind the scenes, something very treacherous, something very evil that is twisting and changing the way we are supposed to view things. So something we not just be aware of, but we need to stay vigilant, our brothers and sisters.
That the economy governs all social exchange. We see that the states serve the financial power structures. That the real power is no longer in the hands of the generals, but the real power now switching to the hands of the people who run the economy, to the banking systems. And then we see that politicians play the role of public relations officers, only to control the masses, either by lulling them to sleep or by terrorizing them. And then we see that the masses of the people become helplessly preoccupied. Their lives are now bombarded with a series of cultural events. And these cultural events start to become the most important things in their lives.
Oh, that's absolutely. I mean, people care. Actually, see that in the Ummah, see that in churches. What's happening culturally and socially is way more important than anything else. Politics become the new religion, and it's becoming increasingly apparent. We see the genocide that's happening right now, and we can see now in real time how they're trying to twist and lie through their teeth, and just this time just can't, or it's not working. But we see it, and they keep trying. It's and they pretend as if we can't see it. It's disturbing to say the least.
The World Cup, the Major League Series, the rugby, the cricket, the hockey, the tennis, whatever the sport may be, we see whole nations coming behind sports, and the national heroes become sporting people.
Entertainers.
Even in Saudi Arabia, even in our own Muslim countries, the national heroes are now the soccer players. Who kicks the little ball inside of a net? He becomes the hero of the nation when people are dying on the ground. But yet we become preoccupied with this.
Alhamdulillah. So the strength and the will of our brothers and sisters in Palestine, may Allah bless and protect them and grant them Jannah. We see that we're starting to wake up, starting to break away from this right here, starting to see, whoa, what's going on? You know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's the best of planners. He's using that so we can see how much we've been lulled to sleep and how pitiful the rulers of these quote Muslim countries, how they're not Muslim at all. Don't believe in anything except to worship the God of money. Alhamdulillah for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's time to come back to the Ummah. It's time to come back to the Sunnah of the Prophet. Peace and blessings be upon him.
And it becomes a type of indoctrination happening to us. And with the use of powerful music playing on our emotions, with videos now being taken to the furthest extremes in the planet, people's thinking processes are changing. People are now in love with the superheroes, even confused about their own identity, trying to change themselves, change the color of their hair, change their eyes, change the way they dress, change the way they talk.
A lot more now.
On a global level.
A lot more now.
And then we see drug addiction reaching a point that humanity has never seen before.
Fentanyl.
And after traveling to over 36 countries, looking at the Muslims and being with them, I have found that in all of the communities, that the young people are being confused with drugs. It is pouring into our countries. No matter what form it takes, cocaine, LSD, psychedelic, depressants, put you up, put you down, confuse you, but create a false world and give you a false dependence so that you become dependent on the chemical.
We need Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
You forget about Allah. Your God becomes the pusher. Your God becomes the chemical. And so creating this dependency amongst the masses of the people.
And I've seen that a lot, especially in my work. The youngsters now, oh my goodness. It is how on times of the night, the second, it's just how many blunts they can buy, how many blunts they can buy, how many alcohol, trying to push. They're walking on, they're all naked. It's just all look distorted. Oh, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy on them, and then He bring them to Islam, because we need it. They need it. It is needed. Islam is needed in this world. Alhamdulillah.
This is a dollar bill, which is the
I remember this.
now devalued dollar bill. And on the back of the dollar bill, there's a seal on this side. It's called the Great Seal of the United States. That's what it's called. It's their seal. Now, behind the seal, this is actually what is behind the Great Seal of the United States, is a pyramid with one eye.
Why?
Now,
Why?
The one eye is the sun god Re, which is where we get the word rays, sun rays. It is the sun god, same Mithraic character, and he shows up again and again. This is the Masonic god of the Re.
13 5-pointed stars, and when you draw lines between them, you'll draw a 6-pointed star.
If the hexagonal star is lifted out and placed over the image of the pyramid, its points indicate specific letters in the Latin inscription surrounding it, which are thought to be an anagram.
Inside the American dictionary is the word anagram, which is the intentional scrambling of the letters of a word to conceal the real word. So if you re-scramble, you get Masons. This is how we know that the Masons originated the drawings for the Great Seal of the United States.
And the Masons actually had their hands on King James Bible, which we know widely corrupted, pushing this Paulinism. And why would they have, again, Christian country, Christian country, Jesus, all that, everything else on it. Oh, it has something that is so blatantly pagan. You couldn't get any more blatantly pagan than this in their dollar. There's no excuse, and there's nobody could ever answer something like that. Just saying.
This search for concealed meanings in the iconography is not confined to the imagery alone. It is claimed that the number 13, the most ominous number in Western tradition, is hidden throughout the symbols on the $1 bill. They point out the repetition of the symbolic number 13. There are 13 leaves on the olive branch in the eagle's right claw, 13 arrows in the left claw, 13 stars above the eagle's head, and 13 bars and stripes on the shield.
Count the feathers. you'll notice that there are 32 feathers on the bird's left wing and 33 on his right wing.
This is understood to refer to the 33 degrees of masonry introduced by the Supreme Council of the Scottish Rite, America's most prominent Masonic order, whose national HQ is in Washington.
If you look, you'll see the pyramid is built except for the top. It's built except for the top. The eye is suspended above the top. It hasn't come down yet. Because they believe until they finished the Masonic project, which is the what they say on the bottom, Novus Ordo Seclorum, and then Annuetta Chapters, he is pleased with our project. In other words, the God they believe in is pleased with our project. What is the project? This is the question. What is the project that this God is pleased with? The project is literally the secularization of the world.
And we know the United States is a secular country. It's not a Christian country. And we see it now. None of this is coincidence. It really isn't. They found the opportunity and they ran with it. It's very secular, adopting a little bit of everything. And when you try to even preach monotheism, whoa, boom. It's like, yeah, the backlash is insane. And you point these things out and people just asleep. They don't care. They really don't.
Completely strip the world from religious beliefs. This is the project, and that is why it is called Novus Ordo Seclorum, a new secular or worldly order.
Now, obviously, I believe everything's happening because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows it. But we need to be aware of this. We need to be prepared for this. And we need to stop being so lulled by this. It's only because, quite frankly, we enjoy and like the comfort. We don't want to be bothered. It's leading to just have seen all this happening right in front of us. But do we really want to do anything about it? No, we really don't. Why? Because that causes us to do something. We have to say no to some things that we love. Let's be serious. Brothers and sisters are so in love with the dunya, in love with the sin, that saying no to all these things puts them a little bit in distress. So I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us, protect us, wake up the ummah of the Prophet, and invite everybody to Islam. Inshallah, one day we'll be in Jannah. Well, thank you for this. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think. Subscribe, comment, like, and share. And until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
الحمد لله رب العالمين